Hey everybody, and welcome back to Grunt Reviews. In my hands today, I have got some goodness from Atlas Gunworks. Guys, today we're going to take a look at the Atlas Artemis RDS in 9mm. As always, guys, go down below, like, subscribe, share, and comment. All that helps us with the YouTube algorithms. I've got my Buy Me in the Coffee link in the description if you want to help us out here at the channel. And let's get into it. We are going to do a real quick, just what do you get in the box here. Obviously came in a relatively standard cardboard box. They give you a little bit of paperwork for you sticker sluts out there. We've got a couple stickers in there. They give you some paperwork. There's actually some good information here, and we'll talk about this, but essentially it is, hopefully that'll come through, some reloading specs and some factory loading specs, or at least what they recommend for 9mm minor, 9 major, 45, so on and so forth. And then a couple recommendations on oil and lubrication. Let's get that out of the way here. And they do give you a nice little range bag here to use. Front, obviously, nice little patch, logo, room for 7 mags on the back. And inside the range bag, obviously some nice fleece lining there. We get the pistol itself, and we do get 1 magazine. Let me get this out of the way. All right, getting up close and personal with this. First thing we'll do, we'll lock the slide back. We'll show clear, otherwise somebody's gonna drop a comment about it. So we do get one 20-round mag, and they have a couple different options at ordering for magazines with lockback, without lockback. When I ordered this, stainless was the only option. They are now doing these, I think it's a couple bucks extra. You can get it in DLC. The one kind of downside I will point out is for the price range of this firearm, I think it should come with 3 or 4 or 5. That's a conversation for another day. Oh, forgot to mention, these base pads are also available, I believe, blue, red, black, gray, and I think gold if I remember correctly, but there's a few different color options for the base pad. Getting into the firearm itself, this is the all black DLC, so you're getting your shiny DLC coating on the trigger, the barrel, the hammer, and the magwell. And essentially, if I remember correctly, what they do is the shiny coating is polished. The rest of it, same coating, but it's actually bead blasted to give it that matte finish. This particular one is an RDS. I ordered it with the iron sight plate on it, but this will be getting a Aimpoint P2 or an Acro P2 on it. But the iron sight plate is available for purchase if you didn't get it, and it is fully adjustable both for elevation and windage, and does come with a nice serrated fiber optic front sight to match with it. And if you have not held one of these in person, essentially this is a full 5-inch gun. However, it is, whoop, there we go. It is a 5-inch slide cut back to, I believe, 4.6 inches. And then it does have that sight block, sight tracker. Some people have called this an island barrel. Everybody's got a different name for it. But essentially, the front half of the slide, what you're doing here is you have it cut off, added to the barrel. The theory is you get less sight movement since it's not moving with the slide. It's only moving just that fraction of an inch there. But the other part is this shifts some weight up to the front of the firearm during the recoil cycle so that Alice says it's essentially for people, the guys that just love to squeeze the crap out of the guns, something like an Athena or Titan. The thought behind it is for people with a little bit less, and then I believe it is the Nemesis, if I recall, that is also a sight block gun that's supposedly for people with, I'd say, a weak enough grip due to injury or something like that. But what this does is help mitigate the recoil, keeps the weight up front, and makes it easier to return to zero for that follow-up shot. Of course, that is Atlas's tagline, and they do put it right on the barrel there, perfect zero. We have a couple of nice lightning cuts slash slide windows here. Both sides of the barrel really highlights that beautiful polished DLC finish. Looks good. And they're rounded, does give you a decent grip for doing a press check without being overly aggressive. Of course, we have some serrations here at the back as well too. Depending if you're a slingshot or press check, whatever, it makes it very easy to manipulate the slide there. This does have ambi safeties on it, and one thing I really like is these safeties have a very positive engagement on and off, both audible and tactile, and they don't feel like an afterthought. There's some other manufacturers in the 2011 world that if you actually use this with your left hand, you'll start to see a wear scar forming on it. This has a pretty good amount of dry fire practice on it. Long and short, got pretty severely injured a while back, so been doing nothing but dry firing. And it's got quite a few strokes without any sort of abnormal wear noticed. Couple different options for the safeties. I believe you can order these both in the short style. This one came with an extended left side. They've got quite a few different options, ambi, non-ambi, and that's one of the beauties of a custom or a semi-custom gun, depending on how you want to define that. Hammer is that kind of skeletonized look there, and it is DLC coated as well. The slide frame and grip, obviously on this, are all metal, so they do not use polymer like some other manufacturers do. And the big one with this is the grip. So the coolest thing about this is it's customizable in the sense of these grip panels on both sides are interchangeable. I ordered this with the bump out on the right side and the step on the left. They have flat panels. They've got a couple different texture options, which are geared more towards the 40 cal major guns, but the options are out there as well. These are retained in by the magwell. And the thought behind this, and what I really love about this grip, is that bump out fills a lot of that open space in your hand that wouldn't normally be making contact, and helps you get a much more firm purchase on that grip for recoil mitigation. They do have this fantastic delta pattern on here, little pyramids, if you will. It's aggressive without being overly aggressive. I would say if you got a little bit of Dunlop and you're trying to carry an appendix, you may get a little bit of rubbing, a little bit of irritation there. But I would say this is just about the perfect carry duty texture before you step into something that's just like a true cheese grater. So does run around the back, does run around the front, and then this has that step. I'll turn this just a little bit here. So when you place your hand on it, it's obviously got room for your fingers, and your support hand comes down on that little step bar there, gets you a lot of additional grip. Same deal, takes up some of that space that would normally be kind of left open to the air on some other firearms, and really helps you just bear down on it. Whether you're somebody who just likes to squeeze the crap out of it, or you've got more moderate grip pressure, these will accommodate both very easily. Something else to mention, if you've not used one, does not have a grip safety. It's not even a pin. It's essentially just not even there. Some of the ones that are pinned, you can still kind of see the safety in the bump. This is smooth all the way up. That high cut really allows you to get your hand on it, really allows you to get good, firm, high grip on that firearm without having anything interfering with that. And my biggest love, well, I'm going to say second biggest love of this particular handgun is the grip. I did order this with the tactical magwell. They've got a few different other options. They've got more of a race gun style magwell. I believe they've got a couple different materials. To me, I really like the tactical. It functions well as a magwell. Adds a little bit more extra surface area to hit with that magazine without being too big or too race gunny, if you will. Magazine release, single-sided, is threaded to add a button or something there oversized. And then the triggers, these are offered both in flat and curved. This is the flat medium. A few different colors available on the trigger, and they've got a small, a medium, and a large, curved and flat, so lots of customizability there. Of course, we do have some pick rail on the bottom there to add the favorite rail-mounted accessory of your choice, but I really do want to get into this trigger. So, grip is probably my, my second favorite thing. My absolute favorite thing is this trigger. This is, to this point, the best 2011 trigger I have ever felt. It is absolutely fantastic in a semi-production, semi-custom firearms. Atlas really got it right with this one. They've got two options when ordering. They've got a sub 2 pound, and then they have a 4 pound and over kind of duty trigger, if you will. This one, let's see if we can get on this here. We've got just that nice little bit of uptake. Nice firm wall, just as we'd expect. Nice clean break. Nice clean reset, very audible there. Hopefully that came through. Break. And reset. Break. Excellent amount of travel, and there's some customizability to be had in there, but I haven't had to adjust anything. It's been perfect from the factory. Truly and honestly, one of the best triggers probably out of any firearm I've ever handled, but definitely in a 2011 platform. Hats off to Atlas on that one. Overall, fit, finish, and quality is one thing I really want to hammer on too, and we've got a little bit of oil on her, so ignore that. But everything about this pistol feels like it's in its price range. These are around the $6,000 range, as I mentioned, but it just feels, whether you are running the slide to engage the hammer or you're running it without, it just feels like two pieces of glass with butter in between them. I mean, just absolutely silky smooth. They do, hopefully this will come through. They do also have that DLC coating on the guide rod as well, which is something else that will make a difference. Whoop. There we go. So this is a easy takedown guide rod, and I'll do a separate video on maintenance and cleaning on this, but very, very easy to take down. Just feels amazing. There's almost no good way to put that into words outside of the two pieces of glass and butter. I mean, it really, I can't say enough about the build quality. So as we always do, we're going to grab a weight on this and our new cheap Amazon scale. This may or may not come through on the camera. Scale is zeroed. With an empty magazine in it, we are coming right in at 2 pounds, 11.8 ounces, so almost in that 3 pound range, and probably will be if you're adding any sort of accessory to it. And last but not least, as we always do, we are going to check the trigger weight. So this is the sub 2-pound option. As always, I've got my Lyman digital trigger gauge here. We've got her zeroed. And pull number 1. Oops. Helps to reset it. Pull number 1, we broke at 1 pound, 9.26 ounces. We're gonna reset. Man, I love that action. Second pull, 1 pound, 13.7 ounces. And third one to average her out here. £1 pound, 14.5 ounces. So definitely sub 2, and I'm going to grab a fourth one just because that's been, let's make sure it's not me causing that to creep up there. £1 pound, 14.3 ounces. So we probably had a couple that were a little bit slicker there. Guys, all in all, if you're looking for something, whether this is the new limited optics or a limited pistol with the iron sight plate on it or an RDS, initial impressions, this thing is absolutely fantastic. Atlas hit it out of the park. If you've owned other 2011s, I'm going to use Staccato as an example, or Prodigy. I'll even use Rock Island or Para as kind of an entry-level option. This is a whole new world. Obviously at 2 to 3 times the price, depending on what you're getting. It is definitely a step. However, just the fit, finish, the quality overall it's well worth the dollars. As always, we are going to take this thing out. We are going to go shoot at the range, put it through its paces with a variety of different ammunitions. And I'm looking forward to it. This is one that I've been excited to make it happen. One last thing, and I almost forgot, I wanted to point out, when I talk about build quality, even one of the little things here, you can see the corner where the grip and the grip panel are cut, and they actually may not come through in the camera, but they actually cut it off so it matches. Nothing on this firearm was an afterthought. Everything was very, very well thought out. Guys, as always, I do appreciate your time watching this. Definitely leave your thoughts down below in the comment. And as always, stay safe, train hard.